Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to share with you the insight and expertise of a woman who I had the honor and pleasure of meeting in the not too distant past. Gina McDonald. She is the owner of a company, and I believe there's going to be more locations, which she'll tell us about in the near future.
Mhm.
The company is Massage Experience. She's located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Her spa specializes in customized massages, facials, okay, and colon hydration, which some people don't want to talk about, but I think we should.
Yes.
She also owns the city's own Halo Therapy and True Himalayan Salt Cave, which I can say my husband and I experienced, and it was phenomenal. Loved it.
Good.
So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Gina McDonald, who also happens to be another member of BNI. So this does count for, I think, of course, chapter 1-1. I'm putting you in my
Yeah,
records, okay?
I am too. Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. So Gina, thank you so much for joining us today. Just to go back a little bit, if you could just give a little bit of background about how you got into what you're doing, when you started it, and just give us a little idea of what your world looks like.
Sure. So, when I was finishing up high school, I thought I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I liked the thought of helping others. So when I realized that, and I could give somebody a massage, and they could actually feel better and be better for their whole life, like the people that counted on them, the people that they had to show up for. And it would like somehow trickle down and be this wonderful therapy that was meaningful. Yeah, it spoke to me. So I went to school for massage. I've been in the field ever since in one capacity or another, whether I've worked for chiropractors, big corporate entities like Massage Envy, or myself and other owners over the years. I've just really enjoyed anything to do with it. So it became clear to me after 10 years that I was going to teach it. And I've also done that. I've also been a continuing ed provider
Nice.
and a regional trainer, a corporate trainer. And now I opened, of course, 3 years ago, my own spa. And I love it because I have what I call a collective, which is a fantastic group of like-minded people who are ambitious to create their own successes and so are very driven, like myself, to do great and wonderful things for their customers and their loyal followers, and then to be their own smart and savvy business people too. So it's great. It's fantastic.
Good for you. So, okay, so you also have a family,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yep,
and yeah, and
married. And then my in-laws are in California. My parents are here, and I have grown siblings and niece and a nephew. And yeah, there's a lot of us. Yeah,
yeah, so it's the balancing act of all of that as
yeah.
well.
Mhm.
Okay, and so from what I know of you, you are a sharp, intelligent woman who knows how to not just create the space for yourself and, like you said, other like-minded professionals in the health related industry, because it is health related. Um,
Yes.
I'm just curious though. So most people think that getting a massage is for the affluent, or it's like a frill or a
Mhm.
they don't know, they don't, right, they don't really understand how beneficial it is for our overall health and well-being. So how do you market to your community in a way that gets that message across?
It's a good question because it is a tough one to navigate. So you do have people that want to come in for couples massages and they just want to relax and they want it to be nice, and they have some idea in their head that the husband and wife are going to be connected, or that they're going to be closer to their partner during this couples massage. And really, it's about taking care of your muscles, your nervous system, your circulatory system. It's about helping the systems of the body function better. So when I market to people, I often talk about different things that are going to appeal to different people. So people who want to do things like clean up their lymphatic system and have more energy, I'm going to market a certain type of massage to them. But another type of massage I might do more of like deep tissue neuromuscular work might be getting marketed to somebody who has carpal tunnel or rotator cuff issues or low back pain that's chronic and ongoing. So you just have to really speak to each of those conditions and why massage holds so much value for those things to really help them make the connection. They usually people know pretty fast, like that their therapist is engaged in that process with them and cares like they do about themselves. So that helps kind of answer the questions, close the gap, and get them to see the true value and need.
That's interesting. So the whole couples thing is like you're still in the same room, but you're each having your own individual experience based on what your body needs. Is that?
Yes, yes. So the massage therapists, because they're doing a customized treatment, are still giving you what you need, which is lovely. But usually, just usually what we as massage therapists see is the fact that one of those two people in for that service desperately wants the other one there, and the other one doesn't really want to be there and is just accommodating their partner. So that person gets a begrudging massage, and the other one gets the massage that they desperately want and have needed for way too long. So it's ideal when the couple are both excited about it, but we make the best of it. Yeah.
We do. So, okay, so there must be a lot of competition in your area because, like you mentioned, there's Massage Envy, there's all kinds of other practitioners. So, what's your differentiation?
So that's interesting for me to think about. I would say my experience, and that's why I chose the name Massage Experience, because most massage therapists are done practicing in between 5 and 10 years. Their hands and bodies burn out. Their hearts and minds are exhausted from listening to people's woes and trying to care about somebody enough that they can make a difference. So I have 26, almost 27 years of this, and I'm not worn out at all. And it's because I've done a lot of things right and had a lot of neat opportunities. So because I care and because the people care so much who work here, and we are all hungry to learn. So we all continue to learn from each other and trade and look for opportunities to grow. And so because of that, I think it really sets us apart in the market. We also do not do a cookie cutter massage, right? So you're not just getting somebody who knows to go over the arm 3 times and the hand 3 times and the foot 3 times. You're getting what you need. And so because of that, when somebody says, well, I need my low back work done, I say, sure. So we'll focus on that. And if there's time for other things, we'll do it. And if not, then we'll make sure that low back is better. Yeah. And that really sets them up for feeling heard and to have a lot of success.
That's interesting. So the mindset for you, so I want to go back for a second because and this goes for, I think, any caregiver in any capacity, especially in the field of health. Even like I have a close friend who is a psychiatrist slash therapist slash and there are times when I've witnessed this individual, she will pull back and allow herself that space to fill up her own cup first.
Yes.
So she doesn't get that burnout. So, and she loves what she does. She loves helping people. That's her thing. That's her calling. That's her purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you have to have, from my experience and from what you're saying, you're validating this, is no matter who we are, whatever walk of life we are, you can only give so much before you get that burnout. And I know that there's that physical part to it, like you mentioned, the hands.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So what do you do to keep yourself with your cup full?
So you do reinvent yourself every I like the 7 year, like every 7 years you reevaluate your client base, you evaluate your business and business strategies, and you say what's serving me and what's not.
Okay.
And then the probably the hardest part is occasionally when a customer is not serving you to decide how to set them free in a way that still preserves their dignity, but doesn't take more from you than what you have to give.
Ah,
I've had to navigate that a few times in life, and you know, it's just part of it. And so you feel like you're breaking up with someone when that is the case. But the rule that I have heard doctors, medical professionals say that I live by is I can't afford to care more about you than you do. So if you are invested in your health, I'm the girl to help. I am happy to do my part for you. But if you're not, and I'm just banging my head against the wall, so to speak, then I'm going to move on real fast from that just because it's not going to serve me or keep my cup full.
all right. So you said it very nicely and politely. You said you're kind of releasing them. In the
Mhm.
business world, sometimes we say you have to fire clients because not
Yes,
everyone is a good ideal client, right?
correct.
So protecting your boundaries is
Yes.
yeah. And that
And
goes right in anything that happens in life, right?
absolutely. And then I will just tell you, I'll see it. I'll see one of my therapists walk by and I'll say, oh, that client took more from you than what you had to give. And they're like, yeah, but I just, and they come over and blah, blah. And they start telling me these stories. And I said, it's time for you to let them free, let them go. And I give them ideas and suggestions on how to do that. I'll even sometimes say, it sounds like they maybe just need to be not on your schedule for their next massage. Maybe they need to be on somebody else's schedule for the next massage so that they can even just appreciate what it is that you bring to the table and then make an informed decision because now they've experienced somebody else's touch and they either know that they need to hold you in high regard or they need to know that it's time to move on and try something else.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
So it's really about setting the boundaries and then knowing how to release with grace the clients
Mhm.
that aren't the ideal clients.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Okay. So one of the things that I want to also ask you about, so you have this business, you created this space. So how many locations do you want to have and where are you now towards that goal?
So I have one location right now. I've been looking at another location for some time. I have a couple of places I'd like to do more in our area. I think I would like to have about, right now my spa is about 2,000 square feet. Ideally, 6,000 to 7,000 square feet would be substantial for the growth that we're projected to have in the next 2 years. I found a building that will be available in 2 years for that. I don't know if we can stand to quite wait that long. We'll see. But in the meantime, I just keep looking at other locations to even have a satellite location with, another 15 to 2,000 square feet, just because I have 5 treatment rooms for massage and facials, and I have 13 service providers. So with this many people having this be their bread and butter, nobody can really work 5 and 6 days a week, hardcore 8-hour days in our field, but you want it to be enough and available enough that everybody can to do what they need to make their ends meet.
Oh, so you've created a space for yourself and for about 15 other technicians. Is that what you call
Mhm.
it? Okay, service
Yeah.
providers. Okay, so first of all, good for you and for finding your purpose and walking your path and
Hmm.
and providing the space, allowing, and what a gift and a blessing to provide the space for other people and other individuals to be able to provide the same type of service and then even bigger. So I'm going to go a little into the spiritual, not religious, into the spiritual.
Sure.
There is a blessing. There is a huge blessing and a gift in being the visionary and creating that space, allowing others to be able to give and receive, right?
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
it is a blessing, you're right. And it does fill my cup. And it is so, so meaningful because you know that these people are also helping so many other people. And so it creates better families. It creates better contentment for their jobs and their life, and less road rage and less stress and less every anxiety in the world. So yeah, it's very meaningful for sure.
So if there's anybody, any of our listeners or viewers out there who are hesitating and stepping into true entrepreneurship, is there any message that you'd really want to share with them?
I listened to a lot of really smart people talk for a long, long time about things to do and not to do in business. And really, when you have a small business idea, and you are so, so passionate about it, if it fills your cup and you can see where it would be financially savvy to share that with the world in a way that fills other people's cups, you should probably just do it. Because that dedication, that passion, you are going to work hard, but you're going to work hard anyway because you're wound for it, you're wired for it, you're the right person to do it because you know so much about what it is you're passionate about. So yeah, those people need to be in business for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like, I think that is such a gift to ripple out and have something that allows you to live your purpose on and be on your path and be in alignment with what you truly are here for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful thing. So, okay, so let's pivot a little bit. Is that okay? If we
Okay.
just
Yeah.
a little, all right. So if there's something about the business that you have now,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that you would do differently? Is there anything that you want to change going forward?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I would say, um, I tell people I run a collective because nobody's an employee. As far as my service providers, they are their own people. I wish this industry and probably many other industries, um, prepped people better for understanding how to run a small business yourself, whether you're the only employee or not. So I spend more time explaining tax structures, business structures, and how to be financially savvy with my therapist than I do coaching and guiding them on techniques and skill sets within the service.
So it sounds like maybe coaching is in your future too, huh?
Yeah, yeah, they don't know what they don't know until they need to know it, and then they
Yep.
really needed to know it a year before. And so it's really been tough on some of them because they are so successful, and now I see them behind on their goals financially when that should have been with ease for how wonderful they are and what they're doing for people.
Yeah, I understand that.
Mhm.
That's really awesome. So the women come to you, they think that they're just gonna just open up their door and start working, and then you're like, no, we're going to teach you how to run a business and be a real entrepreneur.
Yes. I'm sorry, what's your LLC? Do you have an EIN? What's your what I'm sorry, what I have questions, and they're like, "Oh, I need to do that?" And I said, "Yes, sweetie. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
get that sorted."
LLC, right? And then, oh, and then wait a minute, do you have a separate checking account for your business from your personal?
Right. They
Oh my
don't.
gosh.
They
How
don't.
often does that happen? I just want to like, please
Hmm.
separate your personal from your business. Let's start with the
Yes.
basics.
Let's start with the basics. So, yeah, I would say just educating people on that. And that was my own thing too. I wasn't educated on that. That came from a strong desire, like I say, to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And that wasn't just on the massage table or just in, a treatment room. That was in business too. And so to figure a lot of that out has taken a long time. And, I still am learning all the time, but you got to keep learning to do better and be better.
Yep. Did it ever, well, okay, so did it ever occur to you that you might fail and what you would do if that happened?
Yes. Um, and you are assuming I already haven't failed. I have failed.
Well, no. I know that any successful person has probably failed at least a dozen times, but they don't know that because you don't see that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So I owned a business back in 2008 that failed in '09 when the stock market really the economy really struggled in '08. And I lived in Kansas at the time, and I had a spa there, and it did not do well towards the end. And again, I didn't know what I needed to know, right? It was next to impossible at that point to get a small business loan. And I had already been open for a year and a half trying to constantly play this catch up game. So yeah, failure happens and it's messy and it's a part of life. And you learn some hard lessons. And then again, you think, okay, well, let's do better next time. It's not that you're not going to have a next time. I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't for a while. That's when I hitched my wagon to massage and big corporate and to working for these other small businesses and just kind of dipped my toe in the water. And I realized, no, I do know enough and I am driven enough. I just need to do it correctly. And so that's what we did this time.
Good for you. And I
Mhm.
think that's the important part of what you're saying is you didn't stop. You didn't
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I failed. I'm going to go work for Massage Envy. I'm just going to stay there the rest of my life. I'll be okay because I'm still doing what I wanted to do with the massage." You didn't do that. You got
Mm-mm.
you put on your big girl pants and you got back on that horse again. So
Absolutely. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, nobody else is putting my big girl pants on for me. I better get it done.
I must have heard you say that because I don't know where that came from. So I'm like,
Yeah, that is something that a lot of people hear me say is big girl pants. Put your big girl pants on, get it done.
so
That's great.
I must have heard that.
Hmm.
That's really funny. So, okay. So now um, you've got the space, you're
Hmm.
looking for another.
Yeah.
And so what's the big picture exit succession strategy, look like?
Um, that I don't see yet, and I don't see it because this space is still really serving a purpose. So I won't leave this space. I will do more with the next space, right? So um, there's no reason to leave this space. It's a fantastic place and it serves a purpose, and it's kind of like ground zero of what is changing people's perspective on their well-being. So it'll always stay in some regard if I get it, if I have it my way, so to speak. But to leave and move forward would be the right space that would have a lot of colon hydration services, a lot of massage and biofeedback, natural health type machines, maybe even other services that would then complement that. Cryotherapy is our newest one that's coming this next week. And so cryotherapy is wonderful for keeping people away from the knife, so to speak, going under for, repairs for damaged tissues and things like that. So just really excited about doing things that are going to be keeping people well and intact without needing to have more medical interventions.
That's really great. Okay,
Mhm.
so I do want to go back. So since you mentioned it, let's go back for a minute. Can you give a very simple, very understandable explanation, concise, because we don't have too much
Mhm.
time, of what a colon hydration is, why it's beneficial, and who should be looking to get that done?
Yeah, so colon hydration or colon hygiene is about cleaning the large intestine. The large bowel holds, for a lot of people, unfortunately, 10 plus pounds in it. And when you think about that much food and waste sitting there, that means that things can't thrive that need to thrive in order for you to be healthy. Your metabolism, your hormones, there's just so much affected by it. So a clean bowel is really what is going to keep so many other systems of your body functioning optimally. So it's just warm water in and water waste out. And so it takes less than an hour and it's very gentle. There's no pressure. It's not an enema. It's not um, something the body gets addicted to. And it's just very helpful for making everything work better. And I'll tell you what, if you're a perimenopausal woman and you have brain fog and gut issues, it'll turn some things around real fast for that. So
Oh my God, you mean I can be like brilliant again?
yes, I tell people you too can think clearly after a colonic. It is the second brain, the bowel. So let's
Oh
keep
my
it clean.
God.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. There's so many people that are going like, oh my God, I can't even believe they're talking about that. So
I know. I know. It's okay. I usually have my little poop pin on my shirt, and I just tell everybody, excuse me, I have a little poop on my shirt, because I'm
Oh,
not afraid to talk about it anymore, but I do want people to
yeah.
feel comfortable about it.
That's phenomenal. So there's a cryotherapy place here, and we did that. My husband and I have tried that also, and he's gone into the chamber where it's ice cold.
Yes.
Right. I haven't done that. Steve did that. And he said he felt great. He did it after a real intense race that he was running.
Mm-hmm.
And normally he would get sore and he would feel uncomfortable for a couple days after. He said
Yes.
going to that cryo chamber, even for, I think it was a minute he was in there. He said it was great. So is that what you're doing? Is that?
Yeah. So I don't have the chamber. What I have is an individual treatment, like a spot treatment. And the reason I opted for that one is because I can do small fixing sessions. Because remember, when you cool down the surface of the body enough, cellular turnover happens, collagen boosts, dopamine responses still hit, and you can create a healing process for the body. It also is excellent as a lymphatic treatment. So it's good for body sculpting for people who are losing weight in inches, but it's also good for rehabbing a bad knee, a joint, or a muscle. And so we will do spot treatments most often in our clinic, and we will also have some people that do want a full body treatment, and we'll do that as well.
So, okay. So how does it work as a spa treatment though? How does that
A spot
actually?
treatment, so 3 to 5 minutes. And you will, like, maybe we'll work on a knee that from a bad fall you took, or maybe we'll help with a rotator cuff issue or tendonitis in the elbow. Those things just take a couple of minutes with the tool, and it cools it down and it starts the process. And then by the time the person's leaving, they're not even cold, they're actually exceptionally warm, because that creates such a flushing effect. So yeah, it's great.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So we've covered a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
this is my takeaway. My takeaway is number one, don't give up. Number two, you don't know what you don't know. So if you know somebody that is doing it, ask, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Is there anything that you'd like to add to that list?
I just think that if you are in the spa or health industry where you are truly caring for others, just remember to create an experience for people so that they can truly be their best version of themselves. And you will always be the best version of yourself if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
your time. So again, for those of us who are listening and anyone out there who's interested in getting in touch with Gina and reaching out to her. So Gina, do you want to just share the best way for someone to contact you or to schedule an appointment, or if they want to consult with you or hire you as a consultant from another state to help them to create a space like you did where you are in
Sure.
Indiana? How do they get a hold of you?
So the email address that I use is massage experience, F for Fort Wayne, FW at gmail.com. And I would say my website is massageexperiencefw.com. And those are the best ways to reach out to me. And I'd be happy to help any way I can.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you again so much for your time. I really appreciate you. And for our viewers and our listeners, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And thank you for joining us on Entrepreneurial OOMPH. And if you have any questions or would like to contact me, you can always reach out to Deborah at debperlman.com. And you can also look at the website and check out my book. It's the OOMPH book. And OOMPH stands for observation, ownership, mastery, possibilities. And then H is for happiness and harmony. So again, it's Deborah Perlman. The website for the book is oomphlfactor.com. Thank you again so much. It's been great. Gina, thank you. I so appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love.